Today, we'll be discussing 10 Black leaders who shaped the labor movement in the USA. The intertwined struggles for racial and economic justice have shaped the history of labor movements in the United States. Throughout history, Black leaders have risen to confront systematic racism and economic inequality, uniting workers and advocating for transformative change. This video essay highlights 10 Black labor leaders whose work laid the foundation for progress in labor rights and civil rights.
Hi, you're in class with Dr. T.
Frederick Douglass was born into slavery in Maryland, became one of the most influential voices for abolition and labor rights. Douglass understood that economic independence was a cornerstone of true freedom and spoke out against discriminatory practices that excluded Black workers from skilled trades. His speeches and writings highlighted the connection between labor exploitation and systematic racism, urging workers of all races to unite against oppression. Douglass framed the fight for labor rights as a continuation of the struggle against slavery, laying the intellectual groundwork for future labor movements. John Mercer Langston was born in Virginia. Langston became the first Black congressman from the state and a tireless advocate for labor and education during Reconstruction. He believed vocational training for freedmen was essential for achieving racial and economic equity. Langston worked to organize Black workers and promote access to skilled trades, arguing that economic empowerment was critical for the broader fight against systematic inequality. He specifically co-founded the Colored National Labor Union in 1869 to advocate for Black workers who were excluded from the white labor union. Isaac Myers was a free Black man from Baltimore. Myers was a pioneer in labor organizing during the Reconstruction era. After Black workers were excluded from ship caulking jobs due to racial tensions, Myers helped form the Colored Caulkers Trade Union Society and later co-founded the Colored National Labor Union in 1869. The CNLU was the first national labor organization to represent Black workers, advocating for fair wages and economic independence. Myers also championed cooperative economics as a pathway to self-reliance for Black communities. He specifically founded a cooperative shipyard and unions, including the Colored National Labor Union. T. Thomas Fortune, a journalist and labor organizer, used his platform to amplify calls for racial and economic justice. Born into slavery in Florida, Fortune co-founded the National Afro-American League in 1887, one of the first civil rights organizations to address labor issues. He believed that unionization and collective action were central tools for uplifting Black workers and dismantling systematic racism. Fortune's newspaper, the New York Age, became a powerful voice for labor advocacy, uniting Black workers across the nation. His voice gave workers specific strategies to fight on behalf of workers. Lucy Parsons was born in Texas to formerly enslaved parents, became a radical voice for labor and social justice. She co-founded the International Working People's Association and championed the rights of marginalized workers, particularly women and people of color. She was a critical leader in the fight for an 8-hour workday. Parsons' activism during the Haymarket Affair in the 1880s underscored her commitment to challenging capitalist systems that perpetuated racial and economic inequality. Her work inspired future generations of labor and civil rights activists. Mary McLeod Bethune was born in South Carolina to formerly enslaved parents. Bethune dedicated her life to education and advocacy for racial and economic justice. In 1904, she founded a school for Black girls in Florida, which became Bethune-Cookman University. As the first woman president of the National Association of Teachers in Colored Schools, later named the American Teachers Association. She fought for better pay and working conditions for black teachers. Bethune also served in President Franklin D. Roosevelt's administration and founded the National Council of Negro Women, advocating for both labor and civil rights. A. Philip Randolph, born in Florida, was a pioneering labor organizer and civil rights leader. In 1925, he organized the Brotherhood of Sleeping Car Porters, the first predominantly black union recognized by a major corporation. The union gained not only higher wage, reduced working hours, got overtime pay, and unfair treatment of black railroad workers was also dealt with. Randolph also fought for racial integration in the defense industry and military during World War II, pressuring President Roosevelt to issue an executive order, 8802, which banned discriminatory hiring practices. He co-organized the 1963 March on Washington for Jobs and Freedom, demonstrating his unwavering commitment to economic and racial justice. Bayard Rustin was raised by Quaker parents in Pennsylvania. Rustin became a trailblazer for labor, civil rights, and LGBTQ rights. As a founder of the A. Philip Randolph Institute and a member of the AFL-CIO Executive Council, Rustin fought to address racism within unions and promote diverse coalition of workers. A master organizer, Rustin played a key role in the 1963 March on Washington and a key role in desegregating the defense industry. Despite facing discrimination as a gay black man, Rustin remained committed to building a more inclusive and just labor movement. Hattie Canty was born in Alabama during the Jim Crow era. Canty became a powerful voice for hospitality workers' rights in Las Vegas. As president and co-founder of the Culinary Workers Union, she brought together a multicultural coalition of workers and led the longest strike in U.S. labor history at the Frontier Hotel. Canty also founded the Culinary Training Academy, helping workers of color secure better paying jobs in the hospitality industry. She consistently linked the struggles for labor and civil rights, fighting for justice on both fronts, while helping to reduce poverty and empowering workers. Chris Smalls is a modern-day labor leader. He rose to prominence as the founder of the Amazon Labor Union. A former Amazon worker, Smalls organized protests against the company's unsafe working conditions during the COVID-19 pandemic. In 2022, Smalls led a historic victory when workers of the Staten Island warehouse voted to unionize, demonstrating the enduring relevance of collective action in addressing systematic racism and economic inequality. Smalls' organizing draws on the legacy of past leaders while embracing innovative strategies for the modern era. In conclusion, we should note from Frederick Douglass' abolitionist advocacies to Chris Smalls' groundbreaking work in modern labor organizing, these leaders exemplify the enduring link between labor rights and racial justice. Their efforts to dismantle systematic inequalities, unite workers, and advocate for transformative change continue to inspire movements today. Each leader's legacy serves as a reminder that the fight for justice requires solidarity, resilience, and an unyielding commitment to equality for all. Thank you. Please share, please like, and smash that bell. Also, please subscribe. Thank you.